Maybe the reason your life feels heavy right now is because you think failing means your story is over. Listen to me. Some of you are ashamed of battles nobody even knows you are fighting. You smile in public, but secretly you feel like life is slipping through your hands. You tried, you believed, you prayed, you worked hard, and somehow things still fell apart. Now you sit there asking yourself, what if I'm not good enough? What if I'm wasting my life? What if everyone was right about me? But who told you failing is a sin? Who told you falling down means you cannot rise again? Because the truth, failure is not proof that you are weak. Failure is proof that you had the courage to move while others stayed frozen in fear. People celebrate success loudly, but they ignore the painful process behind it. Nobody sees the sleepless nights. Nobody sees the silent tears. Nobody sees the moments successful people almost gave up. You are comparing your hidden struggle to somebody else's finished story, and that is why you feel behind. But hear this carefully. Some of the greatest people alive once felt exactly how you feel right now. Broken, embarrassed, rejected, confused. The difference is, they didn't let failure become their identity. And today, I need you to understand something powerful. Your failure is not the end of your story. It may be the beginning of your transformation. So, if your heart is tired, if your spirit feels weak, if you are one disappointment away from giving up, stay here, because this message might be exactly what your soul needs. There are people laughing at you right now who have never taken a risk in their lives. They criticize dreamers because fear has already imprisoned them. You failed because you dared to believe your life could become more. You stepped outside comfort. You attempted something difficult. You took a chance. And yes, maybe it collapsed. Maybe you lost money. Maybe people betrayed you. Maybe the relationship ended. Maybe the business failed. Maybe nobody supported your vision. But failure does not mean your dream was worthless. It means you are human. A baby falls many times before learning how to walk. Imagine if babies quit after the first fall. Imagine if they said, maybe walking just isn't for me. Sounds ridiculous, right? But adults do this every day. One rejection, and they quit. One mistake, and they bury their confidence. One failure, and suddenly they believe their future is finished. No, growth has always been uncomfortable. You cannot become stronger without resistance. You cannot become wiser without mistakes. You cannot become greater without struggle. Failure is not evidence that you should stop. It is evidence that you are learning, and every lesson carries power. Sometimes failure teaches patience. Sometimes it teaches discipline. Sometimes it reveals fake people around you. Sometimes it forces you to mature. Pain has a strange way of revealing truth. The truth about your strength, the truth about your character, the truth about the people around you, and maybe the version of you that succeeds in the future could only be created through this season of failure, because easy lives rarely produce powerful people. One of the biggest lies this generation believes is this: if I fail, my life is ruined. And social media made it worse. Everywhere you look, people are pretending their lives are perfect. Perfect success, perfect relationships, perfect happiness. But behind many of those smiles are hidden battles. People post victories, but hide depression. They post money, but hide anxiety. They post success, but hide loneliness. So, when you fail publicly, you think you are the only one struggling. But you are not. Everyone is fighting something. Some people just hide it better. And the dangerous thing about comparison is this: it makes you hate your own process. You begin to think, why am I not there yet? Why is everybody moving faster than me? Why does my life feel harder? But timing matters. Some flowers bloom in weeks. Some trees take years before they bear fruit. That does not mean the tree is failing. It means deep roots are being built first. And maybe that is what your life looks like right now. Roots, invisible growth, silent preparation, painful development. The world only notices fruit, but roots matter more, because anything that grows fast without roots eventually collapses. So stop hating your slow season. Some of the strongest people are built in isolation, built in heartbreak, built in failure. The pressure is not here to destroy you. It is shaping you. Everybody wants success, but very few people are willing to become the person success demands, because success requires discipline, patience, humility, emotional strength, and failure teaches all of that. Failure humbles pride. It breaks arrogance. It forces growth. Sometimes losing is necessary, because if success came too early, it could destroy you. There are lessons success can never teach. Only pain can teach them. Only disappointment can reveal hidden strength. Some of you are praying for bigger opportunities while quitting every time life gets uncomfortable. But greatness requires endurance. The gym hurts before muscles grow. Healing hurts before peace returns. Growth hurts before transformation happens. That is why your current struggle does not mean you are cursed. It may mean you are evolving. Think about gold. Gold is placed in fire before it becomes valuable. Diamonds survive pressure before they shine. Why should your destiny avoid pressure? Maybe the fire is not killing you. Maybe it is refining you, and one day the same struggle that made you cry will become the story that inspires somebody else to keep going, because pain creates depth. People who have survived storms speak differently. They love differently. They think differently. Suffering changes people, and if you allow it, it can change you into someone stronger than you ever imagined. This is the part I need you to hear carefully. You made mistakes, but you are not a mistake. You failed, but you are not a failure. There is a difference. Failure is an event, not an identity. Stop introducing yourself through your pain. Stop reducing your entire future to one bad chapter. You are more than your lowest moment. The relationship failed, not your life. The business collapsed, not your purpose. The plan changed, not your destiny. As long as you are breathing, your story still has chapters left. And sometimes the comeback begins the moment you stop hating yourself. Forgive yourself for not knowing everything. Forgive yourself for falling apart. Forgive yourself for trusting the wrong people. Forgive yourself for being human. Healing begins when shame loses control over your mind, because shame whispers, you will never recover. But growth says, try again. And maybe trying again scares you. Maybe you are tired. Maybe disappointment drained you. Maybe fear keeps replaying your past failures in your mind. But listen carefully. You cannot discover what is possible for your life if you keep surrendering. Every time things go wrong, the people who win are not people who never fail. They are people who keep getting back up again and again and again. So the next time life knocks you down, do not call yourself worthless. Do not bury your dreams. Do not surrender your future because of one painful season. Remember this: failing is not a sin. Failing means you tried. Failing means you moved. Failing means you refused to stay trapped in fear. And every great story includes moments where everything looked impossible. The difference between winners and quitters is simple. One stopped, the other continued. So cry if you need to. Rest if you need to. Heal if you need to. But do not quit, because one day, the pain that almost destroyed you will become proof that you survived. One day, the failure you were ashamed of will become part of your testimony. And one day, you will thank yourself for refusing to give up when life became difficult. Your story is not over. This is not the end. This is the part where you rise again.